if you're going to be in space, the primary reason for this is energy constraints on Earth. Not the only reason, but primary. You obviously want to be facing the sun 24 hours a day. So you can be doing AI training and inference 24 hours a day. And we do have to be real here. The scale of this project is ridiculous. It is audacious. It's absolutely fucking insane. That doesn't mean SpaceX ain't serious. They are. It just means nothing like this has ever been done before. And the comments about Starlink originally, I remember when this thing was first announced. I actually have an email exchange with my dad going back to, I think, 2014, where I was talking about the huge impact this would have. Space-based internet reaching every square centimetre of the Earth, people being able to lift themselves out of poverty because they have access to information. I was super stoked about this. But at the time, the idea of SpaceX launching thousands of space-based satellites to provide internet access globally was ridiculous. And there's been massive expansions to the number of satellites in the Starlink constellation, which continues to grow. So ridiculous is an accurate description. And right now, a lot of folks, given Musk's track record, will go, well, maybe they might be somewhat successful in this eventually, maybe. But once you see companies, especially AI companies, start to feel legitimately threatened about this because they see a massive cost advantage, and they acknowledge that if they wanted to replicate this, the only launch provider with low cost to get their own satellites into orbit will be SpaceX. So they need to use SpaceX at least for their launch. The knives are going to come out. The attacks on Musk and this project are going to go next fucking level. Be prepared.
Pretty much 24/7. So it's a really, really good place to put satellites if you want them to be powered by solar power all day long. But then you might also want to have more capacity. So then you can have this other band of satellites that goes around the middle. Maybe that part of the constellation lights up for people when it's the daytime, because people mostly use AI in the day. So you're then able to use these satellites to run AI for them during the day.
And so basically you've got AI, you've got the orbits with cheap power, but that is quite far away from people and not necessarily over them when they need them. And you've got the orbits with cheap power only sometimes, but very close to where its users
exactly,
are. Okay.
Exactly. So that's why, otherwise you just end up with a halo that gets really, really far from the Earth, and there are various problems with that.